Hello there, so this video is going to be a little bit different to my previous videos. It's not about personal finance, it's not about stocks and shares. Really, it's more of a sorry and a video to let you know where I have been, what I have been doing, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight into landlord life, because that's really my excuse. That's what I've been tied up in. I've basically had issues with properties, tenants moving out, tenants moving in, things that I've needed to do on that sort of thing, and I'll go through and I'll give you examples of that. I'll also maybe give you some video tours so you can see inside some of the properties I've been renting out, so you've got an idea of the kind of things that I rent. I'll give you the view from my office window, I'll show you my new camera and more. So it's not my normal kind of video, but I'm going to make it as interesting as I can for you. And yeah, I'm sorry I've not been around. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name's Andy, and on this channel I like to talk about money and success. If you're interested in making, saving or investing money, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell, and then you'll get notified every time I release a new video. And if you enjoy this content and find it useful, please remember to give it a thumbs up, because that helps the YouTube algorithm, which in turn helps me, and I do appreciate it. So first up, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been in touch with me. I've had comments, I've had emails, I've even had people stop me in the street, believe it or not, saying to me, when are you going to be releasing more videos? So thank you to everybody who's been in touch with me. Now, this particular video, the landlord video, really I'm going to call this one, I suppose, you can thank Max for that, because in reply to one of the comments I explained the reason, and I said I've just been tied up being a landlord, I've had people moving out, and I said I could easily make a video about that, but I don't think anyone would be interested in it. So if you're not interested in this, I'm really sorry. If you are interested in it, absolutely great. So you can thank Max for that. Max's comment said you should make that video, make a video letting us know what you've been doing about being a landlord. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a chat with you now about being a landlord and really what I've been tied up and occupied doing. And I've got to be honest, I've been very frustrated recently not being able to release the YouTube videos. I've been wanting to do one a week. That was my goal. That was my mission, if you like. And I have been completely thrown off my schedule, so to speak. I do intend to get back into the schedule. I don't promise you that it will be immediately. For example, this coming week I'm going to be up in Milton Keynes. Now, if you don't know, I live down in Cornwall. So Cornwall, I'm going to put a map on here so you can see, but it's a 6.5 hour drive from Milton Keynes to Cornwall. Likewise, we've got properties up in Hull. That's an 8.5 hour drive. So first landlord tip for you. Landlord tip number one, if you were thinking of becoming a landlord, choose an area that is close to where you live or where you intend to live, and choose one town and one area of that town. Become a specialist in that area. So you are the go-to guy or go-to girl for property in that town. If anybody wants to sell anything or rent anything, they want to be talking to you. That's what you need to do if you want to become a landlord. Have it in an area and have it close, because things like a renovation that I'm going to need to do soon, which is what's happening next week, I'm going to be going up there, getting quotes with builders. I've got to drive up there. That's a day's drive there. It's a day's drive back. So that's 2 days lost. And then obviously I've got to stay there. And while I'm there, I'm not home in my office able to deal with the things that are local to me. So I'm there meeting builders, meeting plumbers. And if that fails, I then have to do the trip all over again. And I'll be honest with you, this is trip number 2, because I've already been there and attempted to meet people in trip number 1, and that failed. Quite honestly, I didn't get anything I was particularly satisfied with, which is why I'm going back to do it again now. I may well make a video of that, so you might get to see a little bit of that specific property next week if I get a chance to make some videos. I can't promise you it'll be particularly professional footage. I will be filming it on my iPhone. That said, my past videos have all been filmed on my trusty iPhone 11, and that's what I would be filming on. And now, as you don't know, but you're about to know, I'm going to film for you. I'm going to show you. This is my new camera. So there you go. I have a Sony 6400, and there it is there. Sorry, I got a Sony A6400. That's my new camera there. And if you're curious, I said I'd moved to Cornwall. There is my view out of the window. You can see, hopefully you can see the sea over there. There's the beach. So there's my little beach view from my office window. And there's basically my setup right there. So yeah, so I wouldn't have spent the money on a camera if I wasn't serious about progressing with YouTube and doing more YouTube. I've really been enjoying it. I've only recently got this camera. Literally, I've made one video with this camera. One. That was the last video I posted. So I bought the camera, made one video, and then everything went to pot, so to speak, and I haven't had time to do any more. And not only did I get the camera and the tripod, it came with all of these goodies. Look at this. I've got a whole box full of goodies. So you've got the A6400 box, you've got the camera case here, I've got memory, I've got a flash that I'll never use, I've got all these filter things that I've got to be honest, I don't know what to do with. So anybody expert in camera, teach me this, you know, I don't know what to do with these things. And I got a remote control that, I'll be honest with you, I can't even make work. So yeah, so we've got all of this camera stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't have spent all that money on a camera if I wasn't serious about making better quality YouTube videos for you guys to hopefully enjoy. I didn't pay £1,000 for the camera. I actually got it for about £800 with all of the accessories. It was actually cheaper to buy it with the accessories than to buy the camera on its own without all the accessories. And I got additional lenses as well. So me being me, I hunted out the best price, and that's what you should always do, by the way. So that's what I did, and here we are. So I am serious about this. That is my little commitment to you. I wouldn't spend money on something I'm not serious on. Anybody who knows me knows I do not be wasting money. That's not me. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about being a landlord. Oh, let me turn my phone off, there we go. So what got me into being a landlord? Well, when I was 16, I read a book, this book here, Making Money Made Simple in the 1990s. It's a fantastic book. And you can see the pages are literally falling out. I've read this book so many times that the pages are falling out. But it has some amazing information there, including the little stepladder to become a millionaire, which I used to write in, which was quite cute. And to be honest, I kind of wish I'd carried that on. But the book teaches you about saving money, about finances, and then it taught that you should invest in stocks and shares. So I started investing in stocks and shares at a very young age. Then I was able to save up enough and my investments paid off so that I was able to buy property. It says you should buy property, buy a house and buy more houses, then eventually start buying blocks of flats. And I've done all of that. I now have blocks of flats and houses that I rent out. I've got lots of properties. And I read the book, like I said, I read this when I was 16 years old. By the time I was 19, I'd managed to save up enough money to buy my first property, which was a house, a 2-bed terraced house, end of terraced house actually. Then you saved up and bought another one, and another one, and another one, and before you know it, you've got lots of properties. And you would think that that would mean you can just sit on the beach, drink pina coladas, collect the rent, and live happily ever after and have a truly passive income. It is not the case. I know there are people out there selling courses and selling that exact dream. I'm here to tell you it is not true. Okay? I'm sorry. It is not true. And I know there'll be property gurus leaving comments down below saying it is true, maybe, I don't know. But it's not really the case. If you want to live on a smallish income, then yeah, it's possible. You could buy a few houses, rent them out, and make your money. But if you want to live well, and there's living, okay, then you need to own a lot of property. Now, I've got to a stage where I've got a lot of property, but that then creates a lot of work. You can't just expect for lots of properties to run magically on their own. Even if you use letting agents, in fact, especially if you use letting agents will cause a lot of problems. I have used letting agents in the past. And so I genuinely don't use them anymore, if I'm honest with you. I mean, this visit I'm going to go up to Milton Keynes, I will meet some agents up there so they can value the property. And if I do use them, it will purely really be for doing the viewings. That will be it. I will reference the tenants myself. We reference in-house. I will pre-screen the tenants on the phone before they even get to do a viewing with an agent. And sometimes I don't even use agents for the viewings. I might get my cleaner to do the viewings. I have a cleaner in each area, essentially, because I literally have properties the length of the country, length and width of the country, which sounds great, but it is dumb. Like I say, if you ever want to become a landlord, pick one area, pick one town, pick one part of that town and become the go-to person in that part of that town so that everybody knows you're the person to go to for property there. So if they want a property in that area, you're the only choice or the best choice. You want to be the best landlord in ... That should be your mission statement. That is my mission statement. And that's what you want to be, really. This whole buying it everywhere was a mistake, quite honestly. So ultimately, we will be getting rid of some of our properties and just condensing to one area and buying maybe more in that area. But in all honesty, I'm looking at stocks and shares as a more passive way to invest, which is part of the reason for the YouTube channel. Because if you notice my videos, I literally talk about stocks and shares, mostly dividend stocks, you'll notice, and also personal finances. Now, the reason I talk about those two things, really, the stocks and shares, dividend stocks, I see that as a way to replace your income passively. If you can accumulate enough money and then invest that in the correct stocks and shares, you can have a genuinely passive income. As I said earlier, the landlord thing is not genuinely passive. Okay, so if you imagine if you own a property or multiple properties, when people move out, you then need to refill those properties. You need to make sure the properties are looking fresh. They might need repainting. They might need repairs doing. You might need, it depends what kind of state it's been left in. Sometimes a property will be left in an absolutely atrocious state. I'm not going to put any videos of atrocious things up there, but believe me, I've seen some horrific things. But I will show you videos of some of the nicer side of things if you like. So we'll roll some videos now so you can see some of my videos whereby I do viewings and the kind of properties that I have been renting out. So there we go. Hi there, my name's Andy. I'm going to give you a guided tour of a large 2-bedroom house which has been renovated to an exceptionally high showroom standard. Let me show you around now. So when you come in, your front door here, you will see there the door through to the kitchen, and then this door on the left here is all brand new everything, literally everything's in here. This will show you through into a storage cupboard, which is a large storage cupboard with a brand new fuse box. So everything electrical's been changed. You've got new switches everywhere, new plug sockets, new fuse box, electrical safety certificate for that as well. Then it takes you through into the kitchen. Now the kitchen has been renovated to exceptionally high standard. So this isn't a cheap kitchen by any stretch of my imagination. It's a very expensive kitchen. It's a magnet kitchen. It's full wrap. So what that means, if you look at a cheap kitchen, you'll often find they have a stick on edge, which then it's a black line. This doesn't. It's a full wrap. It's also soft close, so it doesn't matter. You've got the wine rack there. Then you've obviously got mood lighting. As you can see, it's currently set on blue light. You can change it to any colour you like, green, red, whatever colour you like. There's even pink. How's that? That's pink. So yeah, so this is the mood lighting and the kitchen. So it's soft close, full wrap, high-end magnet kitchen. You've got an induction hob with a bridge unit. I'll show you that in a minute. You've got a fan oven there. It comes with the white goods, with the washing machine as well. You've got USB plug socket here and more plug sockets all the way around. So plenty of plug sockets. Then you may want to lower plug sockets there. So you can put a big American style fridge freezer on that wall, and then a high plug socket so you can put a microwave on top should you want to. I'll just turn that off a second while I show you the induction hob. So the induction hob has what's called a bridging unit on it. So this dotted line here is the bridging unit, which basically means it's a bridge. Basically means if you've got a wok style pan, you put it anywhere on that line, it'll work rather than have to get it in the centre like you would on a normal induction unit. So that's the idea of that. The oven is fan oven with a timer. You've got drawers there as well. Double drain sink. Which is obviously useful. And while you're at the sink, you can look out and see where your car will be parked if you was to use your off-road parking space, which is also behind the gated entrance there. There's plenty of one-way parking as well. And in that end of the room, you can see there is plenty of space for a dining room table. We've then got brand new light fittings. The whole place here, you can see, has been skimmed. So it's nice, smooth walls. It's literally like new, like an executive showroom standard. You've got a USB plug socket there for charging your phone. You've got a boot room out here. You've got a little cobbledy bit out there of the garden, which is where the outside tap is. If we look that way through there, you can see where you'd maybe sit to have a barbecue. And hi, my name's Andy. I'm going to give you a guided tour of a luxury 2-bedroom apartment I've got available to rent right now. So here we are. So this is your front door there. All the internal doors are oak doors like that. So let's start with the kitchen, because the first thing you'd see when you come into this place is the kitchen, and it is a wow kitchen. This is a high-spec luxury kitchen. Let's start with the sink. So the sink itself is a Frankie Ascona sink. You've got an integrated bamboo chopping board and integrated strainer. So you've got a double drainer sink there. See, under there, that comes off there. Ta-da. So that's that, obviously with good quality mixer tap. Hello, my name's Andy. Today I'm going to give you a guided tour of a luxury 1-bed ground floor apartment. Let me show you around. Here we go. So what have I got here? We have the communal garden, this gate. My name's Andy. I'm going to give you a guided tour of a luxury penthouse flatness. We call this one the loft. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Here we go. Walking distance to the beach. What have we got here? So we've got a little entrance hall here, as you can see when you come in. That's what you come in. That's the inside of your front door. And then this is your landing here. So you get your own little private landing. You've got here, there's a little cupboard that's got the electric meter. Hello there, my name's Andy. Today I'm going to give you a video tour of a luxury 1-bed apartment we've got available to rent. So here we are. So this is its outside decking area there. So that's exclusive for it. There's a little flower bed next to it there. We're going to be going in that door there, and the bedroom's there. That's the lounge. The bathroom's next to it there. First I'm going to show you the laundry. So this is a communal rear garden. So there's a nice big communal rear garden here. You've got an area here for hanging and drying clothes. I'll take you inside here so you can see the laundry. So I've got laundry here. It's got 2 washing machines, washing machine tumble dry there, another washing machine and tumble dry there. So that's the laundry. Take you back. So we're going to be going into that one there. So I'll just take you around there now. There we go. So this is your own private decking area. It's a big area. This from there to there, I would say, it looks about 4 meters to me, maybe 4.5 meters, and then that way to that way, just over 2, maybe 2.5 meters deep. So it's a good big area. You could put a nice table and chairs or something on there, and it's south facing. It's just a walled garden, as you can see there, that you're looking out onto. So that's nice. So let's go in. Hi there, my name's Andy. I'm going to guide a tour of a luxury flatlet that we've got available to rent. Here we go. So There's the kitchen area over there, luxury kitchen. Now this has been completely renovated, so the floor's soundproof, the ceiling's soundproof, the walls are soundproof, it's fully soundproof. The outside has been externally insulated, so it's nice and peaceful and quiet, and it's nice and warm. You've got 2 radiators, there's one down there, and there's another one over there. So let's start with the kitchen, shall we? So the kitchen here, we've got a high-spec kitchen. As you can see, you've got a proper little fridge freezer there, so it's proper fridge and freezer in there. You've got a multifunction fan oven with a timer on it, and an induction hob there. It comes with the other appliances that you see as well, including the eco microwave, and the knives and forks and the trivet and whatnot. You've got drainer, the Frankiscona double bowl sink, as you can see there. So you've got the drainer there, and you've got the chopping board integrated there, so you can do chopping your veggies there, drain it in there. You've got a designer radiator here, which is fully programmable and even remote control, would you believe? So I'll quickly show you the radiator there. So there's the radiator there. You can tell just looking at it, nothing has been skimped here. You've got tiles, floor to ceiling, new flooring, brand new bath, shower, taps, everything here you see is new. Lots and lots of storage. I'll show you in there. I'll open them up for you. So this is literally just storage. There is an external workshop as well, and that's where the brand new boiler is, which has a warranty as well, which is another expensive thing. If you used to buy a from property, you know, have the worry of a boiler breakdown. Here you've got a brand new boiler with a guarantee. You've got a fitted bathroom sink there with a mixer tap, so you're not having this hot cold business going on. Again, you've got a brand new toilet with a soft closed toilet seat, so if we lift that up, see, it doesn't go bang in the middle of the night. And the ceiling has all been clad with the spotlights and extractor fan, and then of course you've got a glass shower screen there. You've got a shower above the bath and a brand new bath. So really, what is not to like? So quick recap: you've got new kitchen, new bathroom, new boiler, new carpets throughout, fully redecorated throughout, fully double glazed throughout, insulated. It is literally like buying a new house, executive house at that. For this money, you'd be amazed if you found anything of this quality for this money. If you are interested in a viewing or more information, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. And I'm back. Here we go. The wonders of magic. Look at that. For me, that was a split second. For you, that was however long them things were on the screen for. But you need to do the turnaround. Now that entails then taking lots of telephone calls if you're going to screen the tenant yourself. Like I say, you could use a letting agent, but in my experience where I've used a letting agent in the past, it has gone wrong so many times, and it's hard to hold them to account because you've got to understand the way a letting agent makes their money is from a turning over the tenants. So they make money from the move in, the move out, the move in, the move out. Unless you've got them on a management contract, in which case you're going to be losing 10 to 12% of your income to that agent for doing nothing, essentially. And so either way, I can't see really the benefit of it. You're better off, in my opinion, having your in-house property manager, which is what I tend to do, is hire someone in-house. And I haven't got someone in-house at the moment. I've had multiple property managers in the past, and if anybody would like a job, give Andrew a call. It's something I could do with. But yeah, for now, we've just been doing it ourselves. But as a result of people moving out and things coming up, I've just been completely snowed under. I've been taking care of turnarounds and all sorts of things. So for example, just yesterday, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday I was meant to be filming this very video. And instead of filming this video, I got up, I had my workout, and then I read my emails, and first email I read, someone's door is jammed. It will only open halfway. So like to 45 degrees. So you can still get into the door, but it's, like this, ground slide. Well, that's clearly no good, is it? That's clearly no good at all. So I had to go around and have a look. Now this particular property is a HMO, so it's a fire door with a fire closer. And what had happened is the arm on the top had jammed. Couldn't move it for toffee. So there was no way I could fix that. It was completely jammed. I literally phoned my carpenter, went and got a spare out of my store, gave the spare closer to my carpenter, and he had to go and fit another one for me. So that was that taken care of. The next thing that then came up, this is all yesterday, this is just one day. So the next thing that came up was I had a young lady call me and her oven had stopped working. And I say stopped working, it wouldn't turn off. So the hob was on and the grill was on. So obviously you've got a fire hazard there. So I needed to go and take care of that immediately. We got to turn it off at the wall, went round there. And in fairness, it wasn't something I was able to repair. So I just took the oven away, went and bought a new oven. But obviously that entails going to a shop, picking up a new oven, taking the new oven, delivering the new oven, getting the new oven installed. So, this is not a 10-minute job. So we got all of that done, and that was taken care of. Obviously the tenant was very impressed. She was like, wow, that was amazing. I text you in a few hours. I've got a new oven and the old one's gone and everything's working as it should be again. So she's over the moon. Obviously I'm over the moon that I've got a happy tenant, but I'm not so over the moon that by the time I got home it was gone 7 o'clock at night, and now it was not really the right kind of time for me to be making a video, besides the fact I hadn't had my dinner. I was absolutely starving. So that was like one example of a day. Another example previously, last Sunday I was going to make a YouTube video. I was all ready to make a YouTube video. And what happened last Sunday that stopped making YouTube? I know what happened. I had one of my blocks of flats that I own, a tenant in there, well, there was a couple of tenants in there, basically had arguments. And they had arguments until 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, thank God that night had been date night for me and my wife, so I'd turned my phone onto aeroplane mode and picked up all these missed calls and text messages from other tenants in the building the next morning. But obviously that's not a great thing to wake up to on a Sunday morning. So you then need to phone up, and I phoned up all my other tenants that were obviously unhappy, trying to make them happy again. And at the same time I needed to contact the tenant that had this big argument and whatnot, and basically find out what the problem was and hopefully make sure that didn't happen again, and especially not at that time in the morning. And I believe we resolved that, and hopefully there'll be no problems like that again in the future. Oh, that's my hope anyway. But there are random things like that happen. Now, that was the Sunday morning, so then I was like, no problem, Sunday afternoon I can make the video. No, I couldn't make my video on Sunday afternoon. Why couldn't I make the video on Sunday afternoon? Sewage spill. Literally, there was sewage near one of my properties where the sewage was coming up through the drain, and essentially the drains all needed clearing and rodding and cleaning, because the sewage was going down the streets. That all needed hosing down and cleaning up as well, which obviously is not exactly the sales pitch you want, is it? So when you're thinking, yeah, I want to be a landlord, it's all, you know, lovely, sit on the beach, drink pina coladas and collect rent, get rich. No. It's not that simple, I'm afraid. It really isn't that simple. There's a lot of work. You work long hours from early morning to late at night. I literally have worked 7 days a week for years. And now I really want to get into the whole passive thing. You know, the whole goal was to become passive. And stocks and shares, I see it as my way of doing that. And that's why I've been really essentially going back to stocks and shares. I did it before property, and now I'm doing it again, as you know from videos. And I'm looking specifically at the dividend stocks and shares, and that's why I'm making these videos. And why am I doing the personal finance videos? Well, the reason I do them is because I see so many people that need help in that area. So as a landlord, when we do referencing, we look at bank statements, we look at pay slips. I can see how much people earn, and I can see how they're managing their money. And I can tell you, so many people manage their money so badly. You would be amazed how many people are essentially living hand to mouth. And they needn't. If they manage their money properly, they wouldn't have that problem, so to speak. So that really is part of the reason why I make those kind of videos. That's why I made my budgeting video, because I do feel that if people had that information, they should teach it at school. If people knew how to manage their money, how to budget their finances, they would be better off financially. And I've had so many people that I've explained it to when they've come to apply for a property, and I've said, look, you're managing your money so badly, we wouldn't be able to rent you, because there's a massive risk that you won't be able to pay the rent. And then I've explained to them how they should manage their money, and they've been so grateful that I thought, actually, I should make videos and tell people that kind of thing. And that's part of the reason for that side of things. Then obviously you've got things like my retirement calculator, and obviously the reason I made the retirement calculator really was so that I could work out how much money do I need to invest in order to be able to completely be passive. What is the figure? And that, I'll put a link up there to that video and in the description down below if you're interested in working that out yourself. And that was the reason for making the retirement calculator video, because that really explains that, so that you know how much you need. If you're interested, by the way, in the budgeting video, I'll put a link up there in how to budget your money as well, the whole money management system, and in the description down below. That video, honestly, I think it was one of my least viewed videos, and yet I think the information there is essentially gold dust for anybody. I was going to say for anybody who doesn't know how to manage money, but actually anybody should watch it to learn how to manage your money. Even if you're managing your money or you think you're managing your money well, watch that video. You may not be managing it as well as you think you are. That's all I'm saying on that topic there. So when will I be making more videos? I will be resuming again. Like I said, this coming week I may make a landlord type video, just giving you a little bit of behind the scenes type of thing. I can't promise that I'll definitely do that, but I might do that. And if I do, it'll be showing you what I've been doing at the property in Milton Keynes. I may or may not do that. It depends if I watch it and think it's not very interesting for anybody. But if you are interested in seeing that kind of video, let me know in the comments down below. Likewise, if you've got any questions about being a landlord, for example, feel free to ask me in the comments down below. I have been landlord since I was 19. There's not a lot I don't know about it, so feel free to ask me those and I'll be quite happy to answer. I might even make a video answering your questions. It's an easy kind of video for to make. This kind of video like this, it's just essentially me talking to the camera. Very easy. There's not been a script. I've just been talking off the cuff, and so from my point of view, this is a lot quicker than the usual style of videos that I make, which if you don't know how long it takes to make the normal style of videos, I will tell you now. So when it comes to the videos where I'm researching the stocks and shares, I spend at least a day researching the stock, at least one day. Sometimes it'll be as much as 3 or 4 days researching the stock. Sometimes I'll research more than one stock and share, and before I condense all that down to then film a video, which I then need to edit. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not the greatest at the whole video editing thing, so that takes me ages. Literally, I will take at least 6 hours, 4 to 8 hours maybe, editing a video. It's a good long afternoon editing a video before I've finally got something that I can then upload to YouTube. So yeah, so it's at least a 2-day process to make one of my normal videos that you see me put out on YouTube. So that's how long that takes. The other kind of video where you see like the budgeting video or like the compounding video, I don't know if you've seen my compounding video. If you have, I have a link up there and description down below. But my compounding video, you know, again, that was a 2-day video because I spent a day essentially making all the slides and the animations to go in it, and then a day to film the video and edit the video. And it only took me the morning I basically spent the morning filming and then the afternoon editing. So that's basically how that works. And so there's the problem. If I don't have a couple of days, 2 days clear to be able to do my YouTube work, if you want to call it that, I can't do it. Now I've really loved making YouTube videos, and I do intend to make many more, and I will hopefully play catch up because I'm very aware I've missed numerous weeks now, and that really annoys me. Me being me, I have a spreadsheet. You know, I guess you're not surprised about that. I have a spreadsheet for everything, but I have a spreadsheet for YouTube videos, and so I know how many I should have made by now if I was making one per week. So I will at some point play catch up and attempt to catch up with where I should be. So there'll be a point in time when I do more than one video per week. It won't be in the next couple of weeks, that is for sure, because this coming week, as I said, I'm going to be I'll be up in Milton Keynes, I'll be meeting builders, meeting agents, I'll be driving a lot of the time, so I won't be able to be in my office and take care of things. And as is often the case, whilst you're away or whilst I'm away, things will go awry back home. So when I come home, no doubt I'll then have a backlog for a few days. And not just that, next weekend I have a move out to deal with. I then have a move in the following week, and obviously in between that, you've got to do the turnaround on the property and make sure it's all ready for the move in. So I need to make sure. Now I have a team, you know, I'm not claiming that I do everything myself. I've got brilliant cleaners that will go in and do the cleaning. I've got inventory clerk that goes and does the inventory. I've got excellent tradesmen that will go and do all the trades, but obviously you do need to go and check and oversee, and all of these things do take time. And as well as that, there's the paperwork needs to be got together and put together and got ready and got right and sent over to the tenant, and then you need to make sure the new tenant knows what's happening and the old tenant knows what's happening, and then you need to obviously make sure you get the deposit back to the old tenant and unsecured, and it's a whole raft of things that need to be done. It isn't just as simple as many people may think, I'm afraid. So yeah, so I'm going to be tied up for the next couple of weeks, but after that, hopefully, I should be able to start resuming business as usual, and I should be able to start producing more YouTube videos. I don't foresee massive issues. You know, in a couple of months' time, I should be completely on top of things, and then I should be able to easily do weekly. And I'm hoping to do a little mini series and get some extra videos out, so I actually do more than one per week, because I really enjoy doing the YouTube videos, and I intend to make many more. So I'm hopefully going to be here for a long time to come, unless suddenly people stop watching my videos and I start getting loads of haters, so to speak. Then I will be sticking around. And yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos as well. And I'm sorry that I've just essentially waffled on this long in this video. If you've stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have yourself a lovely week. Thanks again. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all the comments. And have a nice day. And bye-bye.